What's up, folks? Welcome back to the channel. Boozer here. Thanks for stopping by. Today, we got a bit of Plarium news here in regards to some events happening this weekend that you guys might be interested in. So first, let's jump into that. So I'm just showing you guys my deck of fate here. I did not complete Basim. It's just not something that I was really into. He was just not a champion that I felt really fit into my roster anywhere. So I was happily going to let him go and just save some resources for some other events. I'm definitely feeling like the need to not FOMO over every single champion. There's just really no need. If they have a kit that's not unique, doesn't feel a need for your account, then it's probably not something that I'm going to stress about. There's actually a collect all assassins gift actually, and that's something that could have enticed me to spend my resources to get Basim, but it wasn't even really worth it because the main relic that you get from it is actually a legendary relic, the Thunderbolt relic, the one that goes ignore shields or deals additional damage to shields. It's a legendary one. But honestly, the rewards you get from collecting all the assassins is not even really worth it. So I just didn't really consider that as too much of a priority or incentive. So I just let Basim go. But if you guys are one of the people that went after Basim, this weekend, you guys will have a chance to get his perfect soul. And this is how you're going to do it. This Sunday, February 22nd, you're going to launch a champion training event. You'll be able to get the perfect soul for Basim and other valuable goodies. All you need to do is develop your champions in the following way: upgrade levels, ranks ascending using skill tomes. If you manage to take first place, guys, it's a first place winner take all. You'll get Basim's perfect soul. His perfect soul will be different depending on what level your account is. So keep that in mind. If you're above level 61, you'll have the option to go after his 5-star perfect soul with a minimum cost of 15,000 points. Keep in mind that you must hit the minimum threshold, otherwise you will not get his soul, and this event's going to last 4 days. So like I said, guys, if you guys have Basim, if you guys want to invest in him, if you guys have a lot of champion training that needs to be done, so keep in mind this is a training tournament, so therefore books and stuff will go towards points, books and ascensions. Then maybe you can go for his 5-star soul. He definitely benefits from the 5-star soul, guys. He does require some accuracy, which is a bit of a negative for his kit, right? Because some of the assassins, when they're under a condition, they don't need accuracy anymore, which is probably the best. But for Basim, he does get some benefit from being under veil, which is one of the main conditions for a lot of these champions. But he doesn't have the ability to fully negate the requirement of accuracy. So he needs accuracy to land the block active skills here. You can build him with no accuracy, completely zero accuracy, but you're not going to get the weaken. You're not going to get the debuff spray. You're not going to get the block actives. You're basically just using him for his slap, just his damage, right? He can kind of hit 30% ignore defense if he's under veil. That's pretty good, substantial, right? But you're also not getting what his passive allows him to do, I guess, which is steal one random buff from the attacker and transfer one random debuff from this champion to the attacker. So you're not getting that as well if you don't have the accuracy. Now, his passive does alleviate a little bit of the accuracy requirement or gives you a little bit of an accuracy boost because he does have built-in ignore resistance, which is good, but it doesn't replace irresistible. It doesn't replace irresistible effects, which is what you're looking for. So for Basim, he does require the accuracy if you want to build him out to be consistent, and a 5-star soul going to help with that. So again, not the biggest fan of Basim. I think he's more of a generic damage dealer at this point. Block actives can be okay against some waves and stuff like that if you need him for Sacred Order. So that's probably one of the best spots where you can use him. I tested him. Make sure you guys check out the playtest on him. He does hit okay when you put him with good gear, and he has under veil, so he can ignore 30% of the defense. He does have, a weekend on his A1, which is okay. The debuff spread is not really top tier. It's only taking one random buff, and it's only a 50% chance, which is a bit of a bummer as well. But the good things about him is that he can place Veil on himself for 3 turns, which is good. That gives him 2 full turns after he gets his extra turn of having the perfect Veil on himself, which is really nice. And this ability actually hits pretty hard if it's set up, if it has some kind of setup. But it does, require quite a bit of buffs or debuffs on yourself and the target to basically stack this up to 100, but it does hit pretty hard. So I'm not going to say that he's trash or anything like that because he's totally not. He's a fine champion, and he's probably my definition of what a fine champion is. He definitely can be helpful, but for Sacred Order, I mean, there's a lot of options here for Sacred Order, right? A lot of people will probably run Sir Nick, Noel. Those are like faction war champions. And then, of course, if you've been playing for a year or so, you might have Alice. Alice, I think, with the lockout ability might be better than Basim's block active ability. And of course, Alice is a free champion. So it's just what's more usable for the player base, right? It's just a champion that's pretty much free, that has a wave control kind of ability with the lockout ability that also slaps. Like Alice also slaps, right? She also has the ability to hit pretty hard. She has AoE attacks, turn meter stuff, and then she does have ignore defense as well. This time on a single target, also a double hit on the A1, and she's free. So what benefit does somebody having Basim have over somebody that has Alice already? I'm not too sure. That's why I said no thanks to Basim. But if you guys want to elevate your Basim, there's a 5-star soul up for grabs in a first place winner take all training event. I kind of laugh at that because it's like, is that really something that people will go crazy for? I'm not too sure. And is Basim really a champion that you want to kind of restrict in terms of getting a 5-star soul? Probably not. Not really, right? Just have his soul offered as just a hero's path. Give people the option to go for him that want to go for him. Why restrict it behind the first place winner take all training event? He's just not a significant champion that you would want to restrict their 5-star souls for from the player base. It just doesn't make sense to me. But I think at this point it's just kind of a filler event for his 5-star soul. But also they also did it properly in that they gave away, well, not gave away, but they offered up his guaranteed event and then offered a way to get his soul, which is the correct way to do things, right? Which leads me to the sweetheart hero's path that's happening right now with Solinar's soul. Where's Solinar? Where's the event for Solinar? There's been so far one event for Solinar, and there's an ongoing event for Solinar, but they're not guaranteed events. So it's really strange, and it's more that I don't like the implementation of giving Solinar soul, because what if you pull Solinar like later? What if you pull Solinar later and now you missed out on his 5-star soul, for example, right? It's just not giving you enough time to acquire this champion without any kind of guarantee. Whereas Basim, at least they gave you time, and then they gave you the opportunity to acquire him through the Master Deck of Fate. And then they're going to offer up his soul. But I don't like the way they offered up the soul, because winner take all for an insignificant champion doesn't really make too much sense to me. Anyways, guys, maybe I'll regret not going for Basim. Maybe I really wanted those collect 5 assassins rewards. I don't know. Maybe I really want the Thunderbolt Spear. I have one already. It's not a huge thing to me. But maybe I'll really regret not going for that avatar. I don't know. So I feel kind of a bit of a lull right now with this whole Assassin's Creed collab thing. It's just hasn't been super engaging, I think. So here's the Thunderbolt Spear. You're gonna get this relic if you collect all 5 of the assassins. I get it. I mean, it's probably just a lot easier to get all 5 of the assassins than it was to get, for example, the 4 turtles, April, and Shredder. They gave away a mythical relic for that kind of collection, but for the 5 assassins, they're only going to give away 1 legendary relic, and it's going to be this Thunderbolt Spear. I think there's going to be some 3-star basalt and an avatar. But yeah, I'm definitely feeling a little bit of a lull with this Assassin's Creed collab. There's so many champions, and they didn't. I don't know. I just don't think they made the champions interesting enough, so that you really care about all of them. Because right now I really don't care. I really don't care about Basim, other than he's a champion that is exclusive and you won't get him again. And like I said, there's so many champions in this game. It's the sooner you can kind of get it out of your head that you don't need every single champion and you can live without them, the better, to be honest. Just focus on the champions that you have, build them out, use them to the best of your ability, and go after champions that fill a specific need in your roster. And I think that's just a healthier general approach to playing this game. But anyways, I'm digressing a little bit. Yeah, Basim's 5-star soul winner take all training tournament coming on Sunday. It's gonna be a 4-day event, guys. Best of luck if you guys are going for it. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think about this. Have a great Friday, have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys in the next video.